Hi, I'm Kendra, and I'm a biokineticist and pelvic floor enthusiast here to help you with a breathing and pelvic floor activation routine. So follow along with me, get comfy, and let's get that pelvic floor working and maybe a little bit more relaxed as well. So sitting comfortably, ideally try not to cross your legs, maybe cross the ankles if you're sitting on a chair. If you're sitting on the floor, you want to have some type of connection with your pelvic floor area supported by the chair or even a rolled up towel perhaps as well. So I want you to sit nice and comfortably, closing your eyes if you're comfortable to do so. And we're going to start just by checking in with your breath. How does your breath feel today? Does it feel relaxed and easy? Does it feel shallow? Taking a moment to breathe is something we don't often gift ourselves. So if you only get that out of this experience today, at least you've taken a moment for yourself. I'd like you to take one hand to your chest, upper chest just below your chin, and the other hand to your lower abdomen. And we're going to breathe particularly into this abdominal space. So we're going to inhale into your tummy and exhale. And each time you inhale, I want you to push your tummy into your hand so that your hand lifts. And exhale. Noticing if your chest is rising and falling with each inhale and exhale. Is it lifting? And out. And can you lengthen and extend that breath as well? So I want to try and get the belly moving a little bit more up and down with each inhale and exhale. And try not to do all of the breathing with the upper chest and those neck and shoulder muscles. Let the shoulders relax and allow the belly to move freely, letting go of that clenching. Lovely. We're going to move our hands to the sort of rib cage area. You can pop the hands, palms on the ribs, or maybe hands tucked in. Sometimes this feels a bit restricted for me. So I'm going to tuck my fingers in line with your armpits, sort of bra strap level, as far back as you can, because that's where you'll feel the widening sensation as we move into our lateral breathing. So we're going to take a big inhale and imagine you're pushing your hands out wide. And then squeezing the ribs to squeeze the air out of your lungs. Inhaling into the hands, into the rib cage wide. And exhale. Getting that full 360 degrees, opening and closing like a balloon. Hopefully the belly's also expanding outwards. And maybe we've even moved away from the gripping in the upper chest area. You may find with all of the extra breathing that you might feel a little bit lightheaded, so take it easy, breathing naturally and normally, a little slower if needed, if you are starting to feel lightheaded. So we're going to relax the hands down somewhere comfortable, maybe one hand resting in the other, and I'd like you to bring your awareness to your pelvic floor. So your pelvic floor connects sit bone to sit bone and pubic bone to tailbone, and it's that space that sits right between those bones and sort of holds everything up and inwards like a hammock. So we're going to connect with that sensation and start to tighten the hammock, lifting the pelvic floor upwards and away from the seat. Taking a moment to connect with that part of your body. See if you can activate it on a lift and slowly let it go. Drawing those muscles up and in, almost like you're holding in a wee. And then slowly releasing, maybe even very gently bearing down into that space. And maybe you can feel the feedback and sensation of the seat beneath you. Last one, just like this. And gently letting it go, smooth and controlled. Lovely. Then we're going to connect it with the breathing. So we're going to take a big breath in to prepare. And as we exhale, we're going to lift those pelvic floor muscles, lifting and blowing out as if through a straw. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Inhaling and slowly let it go. Exhale, pelvic floor draws up and in, blowing out birthday candles. And inhale, slowly let it go. Like you're gently placing down a cupcake that might just topple over. Super soft. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, drawing that pelvic floor up and in, layer by layer, level by level, like an elevator moving through floors, one at a time. And on your exhale, slowly lowering that elevator down, one floor at a time. Maybe even gently landing on the ground floor with a gentle sensation of pressure. Last one, inhale, prepare. Exhale, pelvic floor lifts up and in, slowly lifting. We're not yanking, we're not squeezing and gripping for dear life, and the shoulders stay soft. And last one, slowly let those muscles go. As you're practicing these exercises, we want to work on a smooth, controlled tightening of those pelvic floor muscles and a smooth, controlled lengthening as well. So we're not squeezing it super fast and then letting it go completely. We're teaching those muscles to have control so that they can learn how to be switched on the right amount at the right time when it's needed, as opposed to being maximally contracted all the time because we're holding on to stress and tension. And we want those muscles to learn how to just let go and breathe. These exercises can also be practiced standing up, lying down on your back, or seated on the floor with legs crossed, legs straight, sitting up against a wall, whatever is the most comfortable for you. But ideally, we want these pelvic floor muscles to be responsive so that whatever position you're in, if those muscles need to be active, they know how to provide the support, or they know how to release the tension as much as necessary throughout whatever demand you're placing on them. Either just standing whilst you're stirring a pot, reaching over to pick up that heavy pot, or even on traditional exercise like going down deep into a squat and standing up. Are the muscles lengthening and squeezing and managing that internal pressure so we're not putting undue strain on those muscles, on the back, and all of the tension and pressure that sits around in that trunk area. So by practicing in various positions, we learn how to be more dynamic in that muscle and in that pelvic floor support.